This is not, for me, a generic plot of land that you can find anywhere. The fact that it is heavily bear populated means it really requires additional consideration for its future. The entire drive into this region is a period of decompression, but it's not until I get to the ranch property line that it all melts away. Because this place is my own little slice of heaven, I come here and I've had some seriously profound spiritual experiences here. I love it, and it's my happy place. Life in the big city is challenging, and you get bogged down in the daily grind. I was searching for a way to feed my soul. I never thought it would be this place, but this is absolutely where I come to feed my soul. So this ranch is part of the Trans-Pecos region, Chihuahuan Desert, and fell in love with Big Bend about 2.5 years ago and knew I wanted, at the time I thought, to own a part of it. But I've since discovered that I'm really not owning the land, but I'm more of a steward of the land. Time to check the game cam. There are 5 game cams operating on the ranch. Come out and I check the cameras, replace the cards, replace the batteries. Is it gonna be another bear? Is it gonna be 10 bears? And that's it for that one. It started out with 1 or 2 trail cams just to see and set up the trail cams before we saw any bears. I spend hours and hours going through that trail cam footage. And there's always unexpected surprises. Some of my favorite footage comes from one particular camera that's on a 500-gallon guzzler, and it has a trough big enough for bears to sit in, and the bears like to go hot tubbing. They're the most fun to watch. Because I love bears. Being an amateur rancher, I knew I wasn't an expert coming into this. Without really knowing how many bears there were around, I was starting to feed. And the bears came. And I realized at some point, after consulting with the Borderlands Research Institute people, that it's not the best decision for the bears to make them dependent on the food coming from the feeders, that they need to learn how to forage in nature. And I stopped. The trail cams have revealed that the bear populations are increasing in this area. There's no way I could have anticipated 12 bears in a single season. As they reclaim their territory, we have to learn to live with them. We work around them, not the other way around. I understand what a rare gift this land is, and because I consider myself a steward of the land, I really view it as my responsibility to allow the experts in the field to come out here and conduct their research. I came into contact with Matt Hewitt from BRI. He had asked if he could come out and capture bears for the purpose of tagging and collaring them, and of course I said yes.
Well, it looks like they ate all the donuts out of the front and everything we threw here.
Looks like we got some bear tracks here going through the old seed.
Yeah, he's definitely been here. I wonder what's on the camera.
Yeah, there's definitely some activity around here.
All right, here you go. We'll look at that one on the phone and see if there's any bears on it.
Vultures. Lots of birds on this one. Oh, we do have a bear. We have a bear that came in on the 29th.
Oh, that's cool. He stuck his nose in the trap. That's awesome.
Bears are native to Texas, and as Texans, as people, we have a responsibility to ensure that they have a place in this state and in this landscape. The black bears were extirpated from Texas in the 1950s, started recolonizing again starting in the 1980s. And really in the past 3 to 5 years, they have kind of started flooding into this area. So understanding how the bears are using this landscape, what sort of things they're eating, what different population metrics are, will be really important for management of this species. We are out here attempting to trap and radio collar black bears in the Trans-Pecos. We have 4 culvert-style traps that we are monitoring, and hopefully we get a capture today.
Woke up to a notification from one of the traps that we had a bear caught. So we ran out here this morning and we got a young bear we're gonna work up soon.
So right now we are pulling up our anesthetic drugs to make this bear go to sleep.
So I'll go around the front and tap and talk to try and get the bear's attention if you want to go around the back of the trap.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Okay.
My favorite part about all this is walking up on a bear in a trap. There's just something very majestic about, seeing a 200, 300-pound animal looking at you. It sparks something in you. Hey, bear. Psst, 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 psst. Hey, bear. Over here, bear. Over here, right here. Over here, bear.
Got her.
We should see what we call first effects within about 5 minutes, where he just starts to get a little out of it, and then he's should be what we call safe to handle at 15 minutes. It's not a bad thing to give him 20 minutes. And then we'll tickle the ear. Boy, he's laid out beautifully. The ear response is the last thing to go away and the first thing to come back. We tickle their ear and they don't move their ear. We know that they're safe to handle. That's when we'll go in, blindfold him, get him out, get him on the tarp, get him positioned to start our procedure. Her pulse is 44 beats per minute.
Rear width is 9.5.
Take a bunch of body measurements, a bunch of samples from that animal, fit it with a radio collar, and wake it up and send it on its way. This project is going to be a 5-10 year duration, and at the end of which I hope that we can compile enough data and hand over the information necessary for the management of this population.
Now giving the reversal agents to our anesthetic drug, this allows the bear to wake up and go on her merry way.
This is our first female in Texas since I got here. They had one more before, but other than that, we've been only catching males, so this is very exciting.
We got 2 females now. Yes.
These black bears are moving into West Texas, kind of from the mountains of Mexico, but the human population is also growing on this side of the state. And having the information produced from studies like this will help better understand these bears and how to mitigate any conflict that could possibly arise.
This place feeds my soul in a way that I could have never anticipated. For a region that people consider to be desolate, with not a lot to offer, it's given me more than I ever could imagine. It's a gift having the bears return to Texas. And I feel honored to play just a tiny part of that.